Yeah.
It's George.
It's Elaine.
Come on up.
Hey, what are you listening to?
I never heard anything like this in my life. Listen to this.
This is exciting! This is exciting! Huh? Did I miss anything already?
Kramer, get in.
Where's the crazy man?
Hey, sit down. Come on, it's about to start.
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinny.
My name's Matt.
Hey, Matt!
Hey. What's going on?
Oh, you know, just hanging around.
Well, I figured big thing in our mind is our visit to the Seinfeld apartment.
Oh, yeah.
I still can't get over it. Like the charge I feel from, walking through that door, peeing on the couch.
I told my friend that I lived a childhood fantasy of being able to step on that set, and that's exactly what it was. And we got the pictures to prove it.
Yeah. So for those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, Hulu sponsored a Seinfeld apartment exhibit, as it were, and it was in New York on 14th Street near Chelsea Market, and it was a replica of the Seinfeld apartment. I would say it's 99% accurate.
It's as accurate as you're going to get.
Yeah.
For 2015, a show that went off the air in 98, to recreate the set, they just did a phenomenal job. They really spared no expense, and they paid attention to almost every single detail.
And I think it was a later season episode, or later season apartment model.
So we spoke with one of the gentlemen who volunteered to work it. They had all these people that were wearing these long sleeve white shirts that said Hulu, Seinfeld, and also this is to commemorate Seinfeld coming to Hulu, now streaming on Hulu. But he said they modeled it after the season 8 set.
Right.
So if you're a season 8 fan, you keep your eyes open.
The dimensions were pretty close. I noticed that the couch and the chair, were kind of not on top of each other, but overlapping. The kitchen or the dining room table was really close to the couch, so it was a little cramped. When you look at the actual set for the cameras, it's pretty big. It's almost like a wide U. But this was just incredible. God, I actually can't remember the experience that well. It was kind of a blur.
Let's walk them through it. We waited in line for 4 hours, right?
Yeah, we got in line, I think, around 10. This was on the last day, Sunday.
But the line moved pretty steady. We heard they let in about 10 people at a time. Okay, so 4-hour wait, we get to the door. To your right is the museum, which had Seinfeld props, actual ones used on the show. And we'll get into that later. And then to the left, you get in line for the apartment. As you turn left, they have this giant canvas wall that looks like a brick backdrop and has the Seinfeld logo in the middle. And it was signed by all these cast members and writers and just people who had been on the show or been affiliated with the show over the years, thanking Jerry, telling him what a wonderful boy he was. And we took pictures of that. It's on the page. And after you see the wall, there is a red curtain with a stand-up microphone, and and it has a spotlight on you. And you can take pictures doing a stand-up. We actually had your lovely wife. She did a bit of stand-up, and may I say she killed. And then after you do the stand-up pic, then you turn left and you go down the hallway to Jerry and Kramer's corridor.
Yes. Nice little red light underneath Kramer's door.
Yes. When you look to the right, you see 5B. And then if you look at the bottom, there is a vivid red light coming from the bottom of the crack door, the door crack.
Something that blew my mind, because this never was, revealed in a picture online, or I didn't read about anyone's experience. If you look in Kramer's, the peephole, yeah, I'm like, that'd be funny if it's a reverse peephole. And sure enough, when you look through, there's a little screen, and it's Kramer looking right up at you.
Oh, see, these little touches that for the diehard fan, it was perfect day. Well, we haven't even gotten in the apartment yet.
Right. So we walk in the apartment and stand immediately to your left, and there's the kitchen, which was insane. Food everywhere, props,
an assortment of cereal, and the fridge. They didn't want you to open it because there's nothing inside the fridge, but people wanted to, we heard a guy brought a Snapple bottle and you took a pic that way. But they had props all over the place.
Galore, yeah. The kitchen was probably the most interesting, basically for all the food and whatnot. I really wanted to pull a knife out and do the "where did I take it?" On the chopping block. But yeah, we took a photo or two there. Oh, I don't think we mentioned that we were dressed up as Jerry and George.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No one really noticed.
No, not really. But I think everyone
just thought we were just two schmoes.
Yes,
but you had the classic blue dress shirt,
baby blue,
black jeans, and white sneakers.
You had the button down, not flannel, but like plaid shirt, glasses,
khakis,
and you really wanted to get those Nike shoes, didn't you?
I actually ordered the George Costanza Nikes, the Nike Aztec 3s, I think there are.
Cortez.
What did I say? Aztec? Cortez.
It's all good. Yeah, those will be for our next Seinfeld appearance.
They're actually going to be delivered today.
Oh, nice. Little late.
They must have gotten lost in the mail.
But yeah, what was tough though with the whole experience is you and I think are very self-conscious when it comes to getting in people's way or
sensing the slightest human suffering.
Yes, being a little selfish.
We don't want to be the cause of that.
Yeah, we didn't want to. They were keeping things fluid in that apartment. People were coming in, leaving. They weren't holding up the line, and we didn't want to do the same thing. And I don't know if the Hulu people were rushing us or if it was all up in our mind, but God, I wish we had just another 5-10 minutes to look at
10 minutes.
Yeah, look at the apartment and the set and all the details and do a few more poses. We got one in the kitchen. We made our way to the couch and we got a nice sort of, duo shot on the couch, which was on our Facebook page.
We actually wanted to recreate the shot from the Fix Up when George and Jerry sit on the couch. They both cross their legs and they say, do you want to, when you run your hand through the hair, do you want to be able to get it out? I think I'd like to be able to get it out,
Yes.
So we did that one. And
of course, the I Like Sports. I could do something in sports from the Revenge when you were on the floor, which is nice. And yeah, then we just kind of looped around to the left side as you're facing the set and just checked out the posters, made our way to the computer, grabbed a pic there. Glad to know that they replaced the PC monitor from earlier with the proper Mac from the early 90s.
The fact that they would do that in the middle of this event, that says a lot, and it was great.
Yes. I think Hulu was they probably spent a lot of money not only recreating the set, but renting that space in New York. I think they were very self-conscious and aware of fans' reception, how people were, either applauding them or criticizing it in any way. I think that was the only detail that they just missed entirely. Everything else, though, looked fantastic, especially the bookcase with the stereo, the books, the VHS tapes, and the board games. That was huge for me, just finally to know, all right, what VHS tapes does Jerry have?
We've been asking that question for years.
Yes. I think most people know Child's Play 2, Hunt for Red October, Pretty Woman.
True Colors,
that's a big one. But there were some other ones, like there was a Groucho Marx VHS tape. Goodfellas, yes, that was on there.
I'll pull it up on my phone real quick here.
I really wanted to get a picture of the Pretty Woman VHS tape with Jason Alexander in the credits. Like, that's confusing. How does that work?
Nexus to the Universe.
Yes. So, Vinny, when you design your Seinfeld apartment in your basement in the coming years, you will have all the details to, match it.
I have this great. Oh yes, Back to the Future 3. I have this great blueprint for my. One of my dreams is to have a basement that is laid out and designed, and it's essentially a mock of Jerry's apartment. That would be a dream, but
I have it.
It'll probably never happen.
No, it will. I guarantee it. I'm sort of backwards. I want, if I can't do the whole apartment, I want to do a little booth of the Monk's Diner. Just as a place, like a breakfast nook or just somewhere to, read the paper in the morning. I'm a big fan of the diner. But anyways, after the bookshelf, we made our way to the bathroom. I don't think we spent much time back there, but I did check it out. I stood behind the shower curtain. No tub, of course, but it was kind of cool to see it from if you were Jerry Seinfeld taking a shower, you could, look at the sink there with the mirror and the window and all that jazz. So
And you did the nice recreation of you shaving your chest and looking in the mirror.
yeah, I don't know if I posted that one online, but I tried pulling my shirt open and the few chest hairs I have, pretending I was shaving them. But yeah, man, it was just all in all a wonderful experience walking on that set. And we can move on to the museum portion, but if you didn't get a chance to visit the Seinfeld apartment, it was open from the 24th to the 28th of June, 2015. This was, sponsored by Hulu for Seinfeld streaming, kind of a promotional event. We have a pretty large audience, people that download our show week by week. If you have a Twitter account, or if you don't, and you can just sign up for one, I think it would be fantastic if as many listeners as possible could, write at Hulu and hashtag save the Seinfeld apartment. That's at Hulu, hashtag save the Seinfeld apartment, and just tell them how much you want them to, maybe bring it back in a year or bring it back every year. Maybe this could be like a yearly event to coincide with, say, the 26th, 27th, 28th anniversary of Seinfeld on July 5th. I think that would be wonderful. Hell, they could even pay for this, or I'm sorry, they could charge for this. $10.
I would pay.
Me too, man. I would pay every day practically to go visit that apartment set and visit it, take pictures, whatnot. God, rent it out for one of our friends mentioned, like rent it out for like a party if you could.
Oh, how cool would that be?
Oh, it'd be insane. And it doesn't have to be in, prime real estate in on 14th Street by Chelsea Market. It could be way out in Brooklyn somewhere in like a warehouse space. But God, if Hulu could do this or someone else could sponsor this, God, it would be incredible. I think you'd have people traveling from all over the world to see it.
Our friend Jamie started Save the Seinfeld Apartment, correct?
Give her proper credit. Yeah, she was the one who came up with this idea. If you can come up with something clever in 140 characters at Hulu, hashtag Save the Seinfeld Apartment. Let them know, how much you want them to bring it back, or you didn't get a chance to see it, or hell, say you'd pay an admission fee to get in. Anything to maybe convince them to bring it back. I think it would just be fantastic. So, real quick, let's talk about the museum. What props did you see there?
Oh, let's go through the list. I believe right when we got in, they had the wooden triangle that Tor Ekman used when he was attempting to cure George's tonsillitis. That was the first one we saw.
Yeah, they also had I don't think this was in the show because we never saw the prop, but they had a bottle of Bosco. What else?
They had Tropic of Cancer from the library episode. Yes, you refer to the Bosco. They had the dropped egg that was roped off by the Kramer's Caution police tape. That was from the Frogger episode. They had the Maestro's broken wand. Then they had the photoshopped, well, actually the original and photoshopped versions of George's beach trip. He got into a scuffle with the Kruger boys.
Yeah. And I think I gave you one of those photos, didn't I?
You did, as a gift. It's framed and it's the original, correct?
Yes, the original.
Okay.
Not the
the photoshopped one's nice too.
Yeah, not the cartoon version of Kruger, but yeah, those were neat props. But there were some other ones as well. There was. Then you moved on to the couch where George did his.
Also they had a Fusilli Jerry and a boombox.
Yes, that was right next to the since it's Kramer's photo shoot, it was right next to the couch.
And golf clubs, I guess.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just cutting you off.
Kennedy golf clubs.
I'm excited.
But I'm excited to tell the listeners that you actually posed on the couch.
No, I didn't.
Vinny did not pose on the couch in his boxers, or were they briefs? Silence. Okay. We'll move on. Then you moved on to these little display cases, lit up under glass. Not sure why they were under glass, but what did we have there?
We had the Happy Face oven mitt from the puffy shirt. So I guess when George was a hand model and he didn't want to mess up his hands. Mm-hmm. He had a oven mitt. Mm-hmm. Next was a Bachman's pretzel container, and this one actually stumped us because we're like, when the hell do you see Bachman's pretzels? It's this really apparent plastic container with a red top. But it's from the alternate side, and it makes total sense. It's when Kramer is, working on the Woody Allen movie, and he's got that line, these pretzels are making me thirsty. But that's what he comes into the apartment eating these pretzels out of. Then we had the very iconic Superman statue that Jerry has it's actually, you see it in the Chronicle, is what they have. Season 9, episode 21. It's called the Chronicle.
I think they wrote the Chronicle because it shows up in so many episodes. They just, that little tag, they needed to write one episode. So I guess it shows up in that clip show so many times.
True. Next we have Putty's New Jersey Devil jersey from the face painter. And then we move over to there's a newsstand, and it has all sorts of, there's Seinfeld scripts, there's various magazines and TV guides that have Seinfeld. Each character had like a caricature cover done for them for TV guide. They had a bunch of entertainment weeklies. They had a couple Rolling Stones. They had the really nice one, Jerry as Elvis on Rolling Stone, as well as the Wizard of Oz photo shoot. And then we actually had the Frogger gaming machine, which was kind of cool. And it was we had a really nice moment. There was another kid there was another person looking at the Frogger machine, and we both kind of at the same time were like, does it say GLC for the high score? And it didn't. So that was kind of a letdown. But that's okay.
Once again, Hulu dropped the ball on the entire exhibit.
Move along, Betty.
Hey, real quick before we move on, to the left of the newsstand that you skipped was the theater seats.
Oh, yeah.
With the little Tweety Pez on it.
From the movie. Or not the movie.
The Pez dispenser.
Yes, thank you. And finally, we finish up the museum portion with 2 actual seats or booths. With those booths, from Monks. Yes. And on the wall had a nice picture of George and Jerry talking, but it was one of the actual tables and booth sets from the Monks set.
Right. And I don't know what it is, man. There's something about that, the dark red booth and that, cheap little table there with a ketchup and mustard napkin holder. You can go to any restaurant in America and pretty much see that, but something about that Seinfeld booth that I just love so much.
You know whose asses were in those seats.
Yes.
It brings a tear to your eye.
Unfortunately, that section was roped off, so we couldn't get a photo sitting in it. But we did get a photo after we changed out of our costumes for the day. And I think that was the first photo we ever posted online of our, horribly
Stupid
disfigured,
faces.
ugly faces.
Yes.
But yeah, man, all in all, wonderful experience. I'm so glad that we got to go together and experience it together. Here's to hoping Hulu will bring it back in some form or another. Mm-hmm. But anybody who wants to see it should have an opportunity to see it. So I really hope they bring it back. Right. So again, at Hulu, #Save the Seinfeld Apartment, and just let them know, what you thought of it, or if you missed it, how much you'd love for them to bring it back. A little shout out we should give to a few fans that we met while waiting in line for 4 hours. That's right. Yeah. First was Ben, actually, from a local guy. Mm-hmm. First fan we've ever met in the flesh. Or we should say fan. We should say listener. Yeah, just start that over. No, it's all right. I think fan is patting us on the back too much. But a listener, Seincast listener, Ben. It was great chatting with him. Super nice. And he was just telling us, how much he enjoyed the show. And I think that it just kind of felt like two guys. It's just two guys talking. Mm-hmm. But he just had really nice things to say, and just a super nice guy. So it was really a great experience. Like the first person we met that had listened to the show. It was a good one. Yeah, for sure. Then while we were waiting in line, we met Jessica and William. Mm-hmm. Of course, we were in the middle of eating when stuffing our faces, which it always seems to be the case with us. Whenever like I'm meeting someone, I'm always like biting or chewing or got something on my hands. But as we met Jessica and William, we were kind of being snaked through the maze, the line. So we'd be like, "Hey," and then have to walk by, and then we'd see him again. Same kind of case with Ben. We didn't really get a whole lot of time to chat with them, but it was so nice having them, recognize us or not recognize us. I guess put it together because of the costumes, and just say how much they enjoy the show. So thanks a lot, Ben, Jessica, and William. But that was pretty much it. I had a really nice day in the city with you. That was on June 28th. We enjoyed the Pride Parade afterwards for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Very exciting day in the city. But yeah, let's move on to just a few other bits here. This coming Sunday, we have the Brooklyn Cyclones game, which is going to be celebrating the 26th anniversary of Seinfeld premiering. This is a follow-up from last year's Seinfeld night, celebrating the 25th anniversary. And, there are still general tickets available if anyone can, maybe purchase a few or show up the day of the game. A lot of cool Seinfeld events happening there. I had a blast last year. Vinny, you're hopefully going to make it out this year?
I think I might be able to partake, so watch out.
Watch out.
And Steven Heitner, the actor who plays Kenny Bania, he's supposed to be in attendance.
That is huge. Last year, it was Larry Thomas who played the Soup Nazi. And I don't know what the turnout's going to be like this year. Here's hoping this will become a yearly event. Because I love the idea of July 5th being Seinfeld Day, at least, for the Brooklyn Cyclones. And what a great event to, celebrate July 4th, and then the next day go to a ball game and hang out with a bunch of Seinfeld fans. So Vinny and I will be there. We might be in costume, might not. It's supposed to be a hot day, so
order a cold dish.
Yes. Stay out of the sun. But anyways, that's July 5th, this coming Sunday. One other thing, let's see. Oh, I watched the Bill Maher episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. I don't know if you checked that out yet.
Have not. I just finished the Jim Carrey episode, so I'm a little bit behind you.
Oh, great episode, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Love
Jim
him.
Carrey. The Bill Maher one was great. You have two very smug, arrogant comedians going at it.
Smugness is not a good quality.
But I'm a huge Bill Maher fan, and of course, big Seinfeld fan. And it's just nice to see these two guys go toe-to-toe and kind of cancel each other out in the smugness department. Next week is going to be Trevor Noah, the new host of The Daily Show. So that'll be interesting. I don't know much about this guy.
Yeah,
so
nor do I.
Hopefully this will be a good expose on the guy. But before we move on to this week's episode, just wanted to give a quick plug for a website. It's called SeinfeldInside.com. Friend and listener of the show, Sam, reached out to us and let us know that he is actually making and selling Seinfeld t-shirts. So everyone should check out SeinfeldInside.com. A lot of cool designs on there. You've got a Carl Farbman shirt. I think there was like a Mr. Marbles shirt on there. So
yeah,
a lot of funny and unique designs. So be sure to check it out. SeinfeldInside.com. Now let's move on to this week's episode. What do we got, Vinny?
We've got the 15th episode of season 4, The Movie. It aired January 6th, 1993. Written by, who are these guys? Steve Skrovan, Bill Masters, and John Heyman. And it was directed by Tom Sharonis.
Yes. Is that John Heyman, Mr. Heyman?
The same.
The same. Yeah, let's go over some of these writers. Do you have any background on them?
I have very little. But all the, Steve Skrovan, Bill Masters, John Heyman, they were all invited by Larry and Jerry to come write during the 4th season for Seinfeld. You may remember Bill Masters because he actually co-wrote The Alternate Side with Larry David. He'd also go on to write for Murphy Brown, the TV show Grace Under Fire. Steve Skrovan wrote, I believe, for the entire run of Everybody Loves Raymond. And Mr. Heyman, John Heyman, wrote for the Chris Rock Show and Peter Melman's show, It's Like You Know.
Nice. So these are, there's like the latter half of Seinfeld writers. You know who I'm talking about, right? Like Melman,
Mandel,
Berg, yeah, all those guys.
Schaefer,
Gamble,
Pross.
Yes, all
keep
those
going.
guys.
It's a fun game.
Gamble and Pross. That sounds like a law firm or something,
or a detective.
Yeah. But these guys were, in the first half, I guess, of the Seinfeld writing team. Bill Masters, you might remember on screen from the airport episode. He played the rental.
Wait up! Wait up!
Sorry. Yeah, he played the rental car shuttle driver guy who's laughing as Jerry and Elaine are chasing after him in the airport. John Heyman is probably best known, on screen at least somewhat, as the arm and voice of Donald Sanger, the Bubble Boy.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
So yeah, these are a trio. I don't know if you've had a trio of all-male writers before for a Seinfeld episode.
And non-Larry David, Jerry Seinfeld written.
It's true.
Crazy.
But so we've got those three guys tackling this week's episode, The Movie. Let's see. The script for the movie was, first read in late 1992, like December, before the Christmas break. and it was actually rushed. It was put into production on a short notice because the outing, the infamous / wonderful episode, The Outing, was postponed after its table read, and I'm sure you can guess why. It was a racy.
Did they say Snapple too much? Is that what it was?
Yes, it was purely about the brand recognition in that episode. That episode was postponed, and the movie was pushed up. It took 3 days to film this episode, and apparently, due to the extensive night shooting for all of the theater scenes, they had to start work at about 5:00 in the afternoon, and filming typically wrapped around 4 a.m. So
wow.
This was a tough episode, I think, for the cast and crew to film.
That's incredible if you think about it. They're having to work until 4 a.m. and be on and be funny, and like the energy it must take to overcome that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't even watching it, you don't even think of that. You just think it's. I mean, I get lost in the universe, so it's like, oh, they're at the movies. It's 8:00 at night, 10:00 at night. But let's think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Think about that also with a lot of these movies that film at night outside. Typically, I mean, the nice thing is you don't really have to worry about lighting too much, at least in terms of it, working with the sun. The sun is such a difficult player in the production world. But also scenes inside the lobby, with George and the usher or the ticket ripper guy, and the concession stand scene with Elaine. Those were filmed, of course, at the CBS Studio Center building. This building has played into a lot of episodes. We've mentioned it many times. So I don't know if this building makes an appearance all the way to the end of Seinfeld, but definitely has a presence through these early seasons. Let's see. Also, one random bit of trivia here. Any fans or followers of the band 10,000 Maniacs would like to know that they actually visited the set while they were filming this episode. So I don't know what that was all about. But there you go. Should we move on to the episode?
I get it on with you, Bads. Yeah, let's move on.
What is with the age gap hiring policy at most movie theaters? You ever notice they never hire anyone between the ages of 15 and 80? You know what I mean? It's like the girl that sells you the ticket, she's 10. Then there's the guy that ripped it, he's 102. But what happened in the middle there? Couldn't find anybody? It's like they want to show you how life comes full circle. You're 15, you're selling the tickets, then you leave, you go out, you have a family, kids, marriage, career, grandchildren. 80 years later, you're back at the same theater, 3 feet away, ripping tickets. Took you 80 years to move 3 feet.
Growing up, I remember seeing this particular stand-up, and I had one of those, you know what? He's totally right moments. It's a young girl, in the booth selling you the tickets, and then there's usually some senior ripping them, So I felt very... one of those, it was like a nice connection that Jerry was able to hit.
Right. Almost like like today's Walmart situation.
Exactly.
You have the guy greeting you.
Welcome to Walmart.
Then you have the young girl ringing you up. So,
kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
Where'd that come from?
A line of people being cycled through.
Oh, very good. Always love that line. I would like to mention that I actually worked in a movie theater for 365 days when I was in high school. It was great. 2001 to 2002 had The Lord of the Rings coming through, Attack of the Clones, some really solid blockbusters. It was a fun time. And unfortunately, we had no senior citizens working at the movie theater. I think they capped the age around 30. But it was the best / worst job I've ever had.
Is that where your love of film and TV grew, or was it prior to that?
Well, I wanted to work at the video store. I was definitely in awe that there was a movie buff character that just, I don't know, was in my wheelhouse. Randy from the Scream movies. I don't know if you remember that Jamie Kennedy character.
Yeah.
I related a lot to him as a young boy, and I'm like, I want to work in a video store. But the video store near me was just not the safest environment. So instead, I chose the movie theater as my palace, and it was fun. It was interesting, very corporate, but a neat place. First scene of this episode is at the Improv, 358 West 44th Street. No longer there, but that's the address. Jerry is talking to the manager, guy named Kurnis, and he's hearing that the show he was supposed to perform in has been delayed for 15 minutes, which is screwing up his plans because he had another spot across town at 9:50. Apparently he's doing Letterman on Monday. He has to work out the material. And then, Vinny, I'm sure as a stand-up comedy fan, you like this little peek behind the curtain.
Oh, this was awesome. Because, I mean, I don't know what it's like, but I can imagine having to do these different sets across the city. You got to time these all out, just like Jerry's doing. So, yeah, it does feel like a nice behind the scenes of what these guys actually go through. Right.
Jerry, maybe because we follow him so much, but he always seems to talk about the work ethic that it takes to be a really good comedian. Doesn't matter, how you're feeling, what's going on. You got to get out there almost every night and work on the material. But he spots this guy at the bar doing something to the bartender. I'm not exactly sure. He's patting his head, parting his hair. Not sure what. But who is this guy, Vinny?
No, not Buckles. Are you putting him on?
Where do you fall in the Buckles camp? Are you a fan of Pat Buckles?
Oh, you'll find out that I am a huge fan. not closeted, but an openly supporter of Pat Buckles.
Yes, I am a big fan of Buckles, but I think in a different way than you. Should we talk about the actor playing Pat Buckles now?
Well, I want to talk about Kurnis first.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Kurnis is played by actor Tom Lagrua. This was his only episode of Seinfeld. He was in a Beretta. He was in the TV show It's a Living. He was a regular on that. Alf, Golden Girls, the famous Teddy Z, a TV show he was on. He was on LA Law, A Caroline in the City. He was on for 40 episodes. Home Improvement for 5 episodes. And his last acting credit was 2002, Deep Cover.
I do have a note here that apparently in the script, Buckles was supposed to give the bartender a titty twister. Or, I'm sorry, purple.
Well,
Marple.
I understand why it was... Yeah. I'm surprised that kind of even made it in. Like, that doesn't seem like something Larry David would... doesn't that kind of seem lowbrow for him to approve, to get into the show?
Oh, the Buckles doing that to the bartender?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's great because it just shows how lowbrow this comedian, not lowbrow, but just how like bottom of the barrel.
Juvenile.
Yeah, he is. And it's annoying. It's, I think it fits the character, but I don't think it's something that we're really lacking in this scene. Well, it turns out this guy Buckles just hangs around the club in case somebody drops out. Kurnis tells Jerry, hey, come back. Do the 11 p.m. slot instead of this 1 in 15 minutes. But Jerry's supposed to meet the gang to see this movie Checkmate at 10:30, so he's going to have to cancel. He'll be back at 11. And as he walks out, Buckles tries to get his attention.
Hey, Jer!
Hey! Yes, sounds familiar.
Which is Jerry... We're in agreement that Jerry doesn't want to talk to Buckles and do this stop and chat. So he's just trying to, like slough him off. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But Buckles is, it's weird. He is one of many people in Jerry's life that he does not like, that he finds incredibly annoying, and he will do anything not to talk or hang out with him.
Mm-hmm. Jerry doesn't even break stride. He doesn't slow down. He doesn't do anything to even give Buckles that in that we all hope.
Oh, yes.
But you mentioned that Jerry was going to go see Checkmate at 10:30.
Yes.
I would like to let's try and keep track of all the movie references, whether it be poster, fictional film referenced, or actual film. That's I thought that would be kind of fun.
Giddy up. So we cut over to Times Square, or I don't know. The geography is all messed up this episode. It's the Paragon, the movie theater. We have a nice little poster of Checkmate. So hey, here's that poster. I thought this was interesting. I never noticed the detail. It's chess pieces. I think the king has fallen over, and the tagline is, the next move could be his last. Mm-hmm. George gets in line, good old George, getting in line early, first of his friends there. He asks the guy in front of him, hey, do you have a ticket? The guy says, no. Thank you. And George is pretty happy. He's in the ticket buyer's line, he assumes.
Does anyone notice that guy? Does he look familiar at all? Because I think he looks a little bit like he could be related to Larry David. Tall, lanky, balding man with glasses.
Perfect.
They don't all look alike, but I think, I don't know, I see it.
Larry David's cousin. We cut over to the Catch a Rising Star comedy club, also closed, sadly. This would have been a great place to go as a Seinfeld fan.
Yeah.
It's where Jerry got his big break. Man, It's been closed for over 20 years, since 1993. Actually, around the time this episode aired, it closed. But inside, Jerry is talking to the manager, Maurice. Crazy old Maurice. Turns out Jerry's spot was actually at 9:15. He missed it. And Maurice had to give Jerry's spot to one of his peers who possesses a clearer understanding of our scheduling policy. And I thought this was always a weird moment because he lectures him. I don't know what the joke is here. Maybe that Jerry is just like, whatever, dude.
Well, you get a nice reaction from Jerry, kind of rolling his eyes, being like, and he kind of does that motion where he swipes down as if to say, frig you, kind of thing. Maurice is played by that's a term. Yes. Maurice is played by Eric Popick. He was in Problem Child, Basic Instinct, Jake and the Fat Man, Melrose Place, Mouse Hunt. Oh, and he was in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He played Shlomo in The Survivor. He was the dry cleaner.
Oh,
Shlomo,
the husband to what's her name?
The Hasidic Jewish woman, Jamie Gertz.
Jamie Gertz, is that it?
The Hasidic Jewish woman, Gina Gershon.
Gershon, yes.
Who has a filthy mouth and just always swearing, smoking. She's like, "You're looking very fit, Larry."
Yes. God.
And she's always ripping on her husband, too. So I don't even think you hear too much dialogue from Shlomo in Curb, but there's another connection.
Yes. Well, Maurice here walks off. I always thought this was a weird moment because he's like, "Hey, Jerry, I had to give this to someone who has a better understanding of our scheduling policy." And as he leaves, Buckles comes in, and I was always confused. I'm like, did Buckles get the spot? Because I know that happens this episode at some point. I don't know. Just always kind of weirded me out how that was blocked. But I guess Buckles followed Jerry all the way to Catch a Rising Star. Jerry's a little surprised to see him, and he has this bit on athlete's foot that he tries to sell him on.
Why do they call it athlete's foot? You don't have to be an athlete to get it. I mean, my father gets it all the time, and believe me, he's no athlete. See, that's good. That's good stuff.
God, are you serious? Come on. I think it's supposed to be bad, though, isn't it? It's similar to like a Kenny Banya joke.
Exactly. Well, funny you should mention it. So let's talk about Pat Buckles first. He's played by actor Barry Diamond. This was his only episode of Seinfeld, unfortunately. And I would have loved to seen this guy come back as not nemesis, but just a guy that sticks in Jerry's craw. I think he could have come back for more episodes.
A bad comic, as it were.
Mm-hmm. He was in a Different Strokes episode, Heart Beeps, National Lampoon's Movie Madness, Class Reunion, a lot of 80s things. Bachelor Party. He was in House Party 1 and 2, but he played cops in both of them. He was in a Friends episode. He was in a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, as we touched on kind of before. He was in the Shack episode. He plays the mental patient in the hospital, and he tells Jerry, "Stay out of the sun."
It tells Larry, yes.
And a little interesting, chronology of his career here. He hadn't acted since 1996, and then he shows up in Curb in 2001. Huh. So in my head, I think Larry just kind of asked him, "Hey, you want? I got this bit, this part for Curb. Do you want to be in it?" I have no idea if that's true, but the fact that he came out of acting, 5 years removed, and then he shows up in a Curb, I don't know.
If when the planets align and we get the ridiculous chance of getting to really talk to Larry David, that is something to ask him. Were you thinking of all these Seinfeld actors when you were casting Curb? Because
he had to be.
Yeah.
Larry strikes me as the guy who, once he meets somebody once he works well with somebody and he enjoy the experience, he's going to commit that to memory or put that in his little leather-bound, notebook that he carries around. And I think he'll at any cost try and get them in his next project.
Right, because, once we get to Curb, it's going to be insane. Well, we've already mentioned most of them on the show, but it's going to be insane when you remember, oh yeah, that guy was in Seinfeld or that lady was in Seinfeld, and how it all connects. But
before you go on,
yeah,
let's talk about other actors who auditioned for the role of Pat Buckles. We had Dan Schneider, who I think he went on. He was an actor, but I think he went on to be more kind of producer kind of guy. And then we have John Panette, who you may remember. He was the gentleman who was being held up in the finale episode. He was carjacked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He passed away, I think, a couple years ago.
He did pass away. He was the overweight. He's a comedian actually, but he was up for this role. And then we also have Steve Heitner, Kenny Banya. He auditioned for this role. So I guess they kind of zeroed in on what Steve Heitner, what they were going for, and we need a comedian who's not great, but also, I'm actually really glad that Stephen Heitner didn't get this role because we got an even better comedian as a result, Kenny Bania.
Yes. We had a similar situation like with Susan. You know, she was going to play Jerry or George's girlfriend.
Did she audition for something?
I'm sorry, Heidi Swedberg. But yeah, she did. She auditioned for another character. I forget who. And we'll get to Phil Morris, who went on to play Jackie Childs. He was going to show up in an earlier episode. But anywho, I'm a big fan of Barry Diamond, and I like the Pat Buckles character. I don't think he's funny, but it's interesting how he really fits that Kenny Bania mold. And yet they introduced Steve Heitner. Maybe that actor brought something different to the table that they were looking for. But Pat Buckles does remind me a little bit of like Joel Horneck a little bit.
Yeah, just a character that seems to rub Jerry the wrong way.
Maybe Ramon a little bit, in the sense that Jerry's always trying to avoid him or, not hang out with him if he doesn't have to. Anywho, over to the Paragon. George is waiting in line when Elaine runs up, and I love this, sort of pushes his knee out from behind.
Yeah, she kind of kicks him in the back of his knee pit, as you like to call it. The popliteal.
It's such a great moment, too. It's something so real, I feel like a friend would do to another friend. And I don't know if this is something Julia came up with on set. I like to think it is.
You get like a really genuine reaction out of both of them.
Yes.
George with his "hey," and then she's cracking up at this.
Oh yeah. Let's just jump into the clip right here.
Oh, I've been dying to see Checkmate.
Well, if it's as good as Ponce de Leon, I'll be happy.
Ponce de Leon? Are you kidding me? I hated that movie.
Ponce de Leon? But that was great.
Oh, come on. That fountain, have you seen at the end where they're all splashing around and then they go running over to the mirror to see if it really worked? I mean, come on. Oh, it's so stupid.
Let me tell you something. When Ponce looked in that mirror and saw that he hadn't changed, and that tear started to roll down his cheek, I lost it. Oh, there you are. Oh, where have you been?
Around the corner at the Paradise Twin.
Well, I told you the Paragon.
Oh, you said Paradise. I mean, it's playing there too, you know.
No, I would not have said Paradise. That's a twin theater. I want to see this movie on a big screen.
Listen, I'm gonna get a hot dog at Papaya King.
No, wait.
You're never going to make it back in
No, I'm
time.
starving. I haven't had any dinner.
No, you can get a hot dog at the theater.
I don't want a movie hot dog. I want a Papaya King hot dog.
Kramer, listen, Jerry is going to be here any second, and then this line's going to start moving, and we're going to end up in the front row.
All right, well, just save me a seat.
No, I don't want to save seats. Don't put me through that. I once had the fleece just ripped out of my winter coat in a seat-saving incident.
So, as I said earlier, I'm really excited about all these fictional movie titles. So let's just go through them. The first one, you see a poster, Year of the Comet, and the tagline reads, "A comedy about romance and other perilous adventures." Then we see the Checkmate poster we talked about earlier, and then the discussion over Ponce de Leon or Ponce de Leon, depending on how you like to pronounce it. And then if we all remember, Ponce de Leon was previously referenced in the Dog episode. That was the movie that Elaine and George were going to see. While Jerry,
they do see, yeah,
they do see because they wanted to wait for Prognosis Negative, and Jerry was watching Idiot Farfel.
Yes. Well, I guess you assume they saw it. There's that scene in the coffee shop where they're drinking their tea or coffee, talking about Morning Thunder, throwing up.
Yeah, so they did see it, but it's kind of interesting how they're having this conversation 2 years later or a year later. You know,
I love the idea of George sitting in that movie theater with Elaine and just crying.
Yeah, that's right. Well, George tends to cry during movies.
Oh yeah, Home Alone,
the original.
And it's nice too to have a scene, and I don't know if there are many of these of the three characters without Jerry.
That's a good point. You're right.
You know, we'll get that later in the show, I think, but it doesn't happen that often. I don't really know if it's happened yet. But great dynamic with these three actors, just fabulous. And
I like seeing them debate over movies, as well as which theater they want to see the movie theater in. That seems very like a real conversation and real argument that you'll have with your friends. Like, I don't want to see it at the Paragon.
Oh, I actually have the conversation with my wife where we have a local theater and it's really crappy, really bad sound, uncomfortable seats. And if a big blockbuster comes to town, I can't see it there. I have to see it over at the AMC, the huge screen, comfortable seats.
So you're Elaine in this argument.
Yeah, but if it's a movie I don't really care about, I'll go to the local theater. But yeah, we have a little bit of setup here. Kramer's hungry for Papaya King. Elaine doesn't want to save seats. And it's at this point where we find out that George realizes he's not in the ticket buyer's line. He's in the ticket holder's line. The Larry David cousin in front of him, apparently that guy didn't have a ticket. His friend was buying one for him. He was being accurate. So
yeah, that the man in line is played by actor Jeff Norman. And the only thing I was able to find on him, he played a crematorium attendant in Melrose Place, which is...
Ooh. Right? He looks like he deals with dead bodies. That he has that kind of creepy look.
He was also in Spy TV, one of those candid camera type shows.
Oh, okay.
He had various characters.
Interesting.
Funny guy.
So it turns out the movie is sold out, and Kramer convinces the group to catch the 10:45 at the Paradise Twin, which is that smaller theater. Elaine again doesn't want to go there. She even argues it's not a theater; it's a room where they bring POWs to show them propaganda films. Which is a great line.
So when you can't see it obviously in this audio medium we have here, but when George goes to check out if Ponce de Leon is still for sale and he sees that it's sold out, they show a quick shot of the movie ticket window. We see Final Analysis. That's a Kim Basinger, Richard Gere movie. Malcolm X, Denzel Washington. The movie Forever Young with Mel Gibson. And then there's an Italian movie, I Picari or I Picari.
So Kramer and George are in, and eventually Elaine caves. The plan is for Kramer to wait at the theater to meet Jerry while George and Elaine go get tickets at the Paradise Twin. So as George and Elaine run off, Kramer just stares longingly at that Papaya King across the street. That's something we've never had, is a Papaya King or a Grace Papaya, what have you.
Can we put that on our list of things to do? We got to cross off?
Yeah, our bucket list, sure.
Buckles list.
Buckles list, nice. Speaking of Buckles, we're in a taxi cab with Jerry and Buckles, and he's boring Jerry to death about when he was 12. The whole family, I have to do the voice, the whole family moved from Bensonhurst to Sheepshead Bay, right on the water. The whole atmosphere stunk from fish. So, anyways, you ever eat fish, Vinny?
Yes, I eat fish.
Interesting to note that Sheepshead Bay is a neighborhood in southern Brooklyn, and that's where Larry David grew up.
LD.
There you go. Like to think that's a little shout out for him. So Jerry tries to get the cabbie to take the park, but Buckles says, hey, take 55th instead. So really getting in and controlling Jerry's life. I like that.
There's lovely and beautiful, talented people. You'll thank me.
Yeah, that's such a bizarre line. You're going to see all these nice homes, attractive people. 55th, interesting to note, is actually where the Soup Man, the Soup Nazi original stand is. Corner of 55th and 8th in New York. Still there. And before we move on, Vinny, I want you to do me a favor. No more fish.
Okay, I get your point.
I had a point. Moving on to Paradise Twin. Similar to Catch a Rising Star, there was a Paradise Theater on East 4th Street. Boom, now closed. George gets in line with Elaine after buying some tickets and notices a poster for one of the most popular and infamous movies in the Seinfeld universe, Rochelle Rochelle.
A young girl's strange erotic journey from Milan to Minsk?
Yes, Minsk. Elaine makes the point that men can sit through the most pointless, boring movie if there's even the slightest possibility that a woman will take her top off.
So, what's your point?
I'd say before the internet, this was pretty accurate.
I think it still is fairly accurate.
You think so? Even with the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. There's a funny little back and forth here that I feel deserves a clip.
Oh, by the way, you owe me $7.50.
Oh, all right. Can you break a 20?
No, I don't have any change.
Oh, well, then I'll pay you later.
Or I could take the 20 and I could pay you later.
Yeah, you could.
Might be easier.
Well, how's that easier? I mean, then you would owe me $12.50 instead of me owing you $7.50.
Either way.
Yeah, it's the same.
So, can I have it?
I tell you what, I'll get the popcorn and the soda.
What do you mean you'll get the popcorn and the soda?
I will buy your popcorn and soda, and we'll call it even.
I'll tell you what, give me the 20. I'll buy you a popcorn and a soda, and I'll throw in a bonbons.
George, you're sapping my strength.
Hey, come on, go!
I love the bonbons line. That's something I think we use too from time to time.
Once again, we get more evidence of George's sixth sense.
Yes, cheapness.
And I didn't pick up on this until we actually watched this episode, but keep in mind each character, well, actually, yeah, Elaine, Kramer, and Jerry, they all offer George a 20. Can you break a 20?
Yes.
And George can't get out of it. So it's a nice little, one of those nice threads that run through the show, this overlapping joke that George cannot get his money.
Yes. Now the line starts moving, and George decides to wait for Jerry and Kramer to show up and gives Elaine her ticket and tells her, hey, start saving seats. And she seems a little upset. So we cut over to the taxi again. Jerry and Buckles are stuck in theater traffic when I guess Buckles decides to do some impersonations of famous people stuck in traffic, like Ike Turner.
You better move that car, girl, before I bust you up.
Hey, what about Jose Feliciano?
It's bad enough that I can't see. I have to sit here for 2 hours. I don't think so.
Hey, anybody throughout history. Franklin Roosevelt.
Driver.
All right. I get the bit, Vinny. I like how Buckles also tries to give Jerry. He's like, Jerry, I want you to have this piece of material.
It's very nice of you, but I can't do the voices.
Jerry, don't start up with me.
I gotta get out of this cab. I love that Buckles comes up with these great bits, and then he just wants to give them to Jerry.
Are these good bits, though? Please.
So truthfully, I really do like the voices. And I like that bit of famous people reacting in traffic.
Do you like it because it's so dumb?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. It's not like, this is so clever. This is...
No, I don't know. And he's good at the voices, too.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. We like to do those accents from time to time. Driver is something we bring up, I feel, from time to time.
Uh-huh.
Sounds a little bit like our Larry David impersonation.
The flat, yes.
Yes.
Driver.
Jerry even, tells Buckles to his face, I'm not riffing with you, I'm ignoring. Do you see the difference?
And this is very Joel Hornicky. Buckles comes back with, can you help me get on the Tonight Show? He doesn't even... Yeah, right over his head. Doesn't even realize that Jerry just snapped at him.
Yeah. Poor guy. Actually, maybe it's nice, ignorance is bliss. Over to the Paradise Twin. Theater is filling up pretty fast. Elaine has her coat spread out, 4 seats covered. A guy's like, hey, you can't hold 4 seats.
What, is that a rule?
Even an older woman tries to get in on this when she hears George nearby say, hey, Kramer and Jerry aren't going to make it. And she's like, I am here. They are not.
Yeah, I like that lady.
Yeah, she's great.
Let's talk about these moviegoers.
Oh, sure.
Man in Theater is played by Paul Eisenhower. He was on single episodes of Roseanne, Life Goes On, Murphy Brown, Married with Children, and That 70s Show. And then the woman is played by Montrose Haggins. She was in 2 Seinfeld credits, 2 Seinfeld shows. She was in the movie as this old female moviegoer, and she's in the Junk Mail. She plays the older woman in that one as well. Do you remember?
I do. That was the woman that... Oh, was she Betty?
She's Move Along Betty, the woman that does not quite understand Kramer's political opposition when he's on the street to the mail.
Yes.
Shouldn't you have the bucket on your head?
Yes. Would that be a double dipper?
Well, you could argue that it's the same woman because Kramer has not had this encounter with her. And she's still credited as old woman.
To be fair, is it Patrika Darbo who played George's coworker? She was also the lady who, mailed a letter with Newman, Johnny, and the doctor, the receptionist, or the lady behind the counter in The Wallet, I think, Morty's back specialist. She's also Mrs. Temple.
Yep.
The mom who arrives
Temple's
home.
wife.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. We made them double dippers. I think this lady deserves it.
Go ahead and dip her.
She earned
You
it.
double dipped the chip. Double dipped? What are you talking about?
She was also in Critters. She was in Coming to America, one of our one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies. We actually like to debate which Eddie Murphy movie is better, and you like to go the Trading Places route, and I'll come back with Coming to America.
Yeah.
And we still We got to come to a truce on this.
They're definitely they're paired. Well, there is some overlapping continuity between the two movies, so I think it's fair to debate the two.
But in Coming to America, she plays Grandma Jenks.
Who's that?
I believe what's the guy from ER? Eric.
Eric LaSalle.
Yeah. Oh, check out this guy with the brain. Remember his family? She was Grandma Jenks with the soul glow.
Yeah,
I think that was her.
Okay. So Elaine gets pretty tough here, fending off all the patrons from taking the seats. And hey, George, run over to the Paragon, give Kramer the tickets, and then hurry back so he won't miss the beginning of the movie. And before he goes, George, of course, tries to get the 20 from her.
He's got the 20 on the brain still.
Yeah, he can get change. They can settle up. And I love the bartering that goes. We mentioned it earlier, but it's just throughout this episode. Lots of bartering.
Elaine has really grown as a seat saver, too.
Yeah, she's fending him off. I like Jason's delivery where he's like, "You'll give me the 20 when you have it."
Mm-hmm. I trust you. I trust you.
Yeah, he's such a phony baloney. Let's just jump ahead real quick to more of the Elaine seat-saving stuff. More people try to grab seats, and she's like, "Oh, they're in the lobby buying popcorn," coming up with excuses, which I'm sure we've all used from time to time. Ultimately, though, this guy won't budge, and she has to give all 3 seats away.
That guy that doesn't budge, he is actually Steven Scroven, the writer of this episode, one of them.
And didn't he play Tommy, like a stand-up comedian or something?
Yeah, in the Pitch the Ticket. We forgot to mention him earlier.
Oh, it ties into Larry David. Tommy, you're on.
Oh, he's also in the pilot for this season. He plays man in restaurant, so he's probably just a background extra.
Oh yeah, with Peter Melman.
Yeah.
So let's jump over to the Paragon. Kramer is outside the theater waiting for Jerry, and he's still eyeballing that Papaya King on the corner. So he makes a dash for it. He runs over to the box office and tells the woman, "Hey," and this is a great running thread this episode. "If you see a guy that's 5'11", got a big head and flared nostrils, tell him his friend is going to be right back."
So that is Jerry's description.
Yes, Jerry's description. And then George shows up immediately following and says, "Hey, have you seen a guy with a horse face, big teeth, and pointed nose?"
Flared nostrils?
Yeah.
Nope, haven't seen him.
Right, so another description of Jerry.
Did you notice Kramer, he runs into the rope that kind of designates the line, and he steps over it, and then had he just walked straight, he would have avoided the entire thing, but he bumps into the pole. It just seems like something Michael picked up on to kind of add to the character.
Yeah.
Which made it all that much more perfect.
Oh, yeah. It's just as much as we all love the Kramer character and the physical comedy, I'm in awe. The smallest thing he does that just adds to the scene, an extra laugh where there was never one, intended to be.
Details, baby. Details. That cashier is played by Molly Cleater. She was in the movie All Nighter. She was in Kindergarten Cop. She was the assistant to Schlowski.
The principal, yeah.
Yeah, and then Look Well and Fearless were her credits.
Hey, Kindergarten Cop. Heidi Swedberg is in that one.
Hey, little connection there.
There you go. So later, Jerry pulls up to the theater, and we get another great Buckles moment here.
"Jerry, could you do me a personal favor? And if I'm out of line, please let me know. Could I keep my trench coat in your closet for a few months?"
Your trench coat in my closet?
"Jerry, my closet is packed to the gills. I'm afraid to open the door. Just for a few months. It'll make all the difference in the world."
I can't keep your coat in my closet.
"I'm sorry you feel that way."
Well, that's how I feel.
"Hey, your friends aren't here.
They must be inside. I'm just going to run in and tell them I can't make the movie."
We should go see Rochelle Rochelle. I hear it's really hot."
No, thanks. Maybe some other time.
"Really? Do you really mean that?"
No, I don't.
But you like the athlete's foot bit, right?
No. I was kidding. It's terrible. Here you go. I'll see you later.
Do you want me to wait for you?
No, don't wait.
Jerry, I'll wait just to make sure you get in. That's all.
I got some friends inside. I need to get a message to them. You mind if I walk through real quick?
Go ahead. Bye-bye.
Is that too much to ask to store your trench coat in somebody's closet?
Yeah, it's just so bizarre. Like, I think that's one reason why the Buckles character works so well, or at least for me, is because he's so absurd. I can't think of anyone that would be making jokes like he does, and two, making such odd requests. Like, hang on to my one coat. Like, not a box of coats. One coat.
It makes all the difference in the world, though.
Yeah.
We see a Few Good Men poster in the background, so it was a real movie. As well as when Kramer was salivating over the 100% pure beef, tastier than filet mignon sign for Popeye King, there was a Mr. Saturday Night, Billy Crystal movie poster.
Very nice, very nice. So Jerry goes into the theater, and of course, Mrs. Kramer, who runs up with his Popeye King, wondering if that guy showed up.
The guy with the horse face and the big teeth?
No, the guy with the big head and the flared nostrils.
Haven't seen him. There was a short guy with glasses. Looked like Humpty Dumpty with a melon head, but he left.
All right, so we've got the description of Jerry, right? You know, big head, flared nostrils, horse face. I think Jerry can take that joke. Mm-hmm. But I feel so bad for Jason Alexander.
Yeah.
Short guy, Humpty Dumpty, melon head.
He's been a great sport throughout this whole series. Them just poking fun at his weight, his hair, his height.
Yeah.
And now, when the clerk alerts Kramer to this short guy with glasses, Humpty Dumpty, melon head, does he realize that's George?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably not. I think Kramer's aloof. Mm-hmm. Not to put it together.
Okay.
That's just my guess. But doesn't Kramer just head over to the paradise?
Yeah.
So maybe he puts it together. That was George. But so we cut over to the paradise, and there's this lady sitting behind Elaine. This is something we can all relate to. She's going on about her 12-year-old son, how he was vacuuming the other day, and then he put on her high heels, and he lip-synced to a chorus line.
I mean, you can see he's got talent.
Oh, God. She just doesn't stop. And it's getting under Elaine's skin. She can't take it anymore and politely informs her, hey, you're talking. And she's like, it's the coming attractions. So,
coming attractions or no, that still bugs me that she's chatting away. Coming attractions are important nowadays.
That, and I feel, maybe I'm uptight, it kind of sets the tone. It isn't a good sign, what I'm trying to say. If you're hoping that no one's going to be talking during the movie, if they're talking loudly during the coming attractions, chances are they're going to be talking loudly during the film.
Kathy Lynn Hayes plays the woman behind Elaine. She was in a TV show called Chicken Soup. She was in the movie Drop Dead Fred. She was in Caroline in the City, Undeclared, Friends, Grey's Anatomy. She had 6 episodes. Days of Our Lives, she was in 7 episodes, and then she was in a Mad Men episode.
Ah, very nice. Very similar character to Carol. You know, you got to see the baby. Mm-hmm. Well, Elaine can't take it anymore, and she heads out to the lobby, but she doesn't make it there until George has this altercation with the usher, and this is just a wonderful bit that they have this episode. George doesn't have his ticket stub, even though he just went out, and he's trying to be calm. Hey, usher, you don't remember me?
It's a big city, sir.
Right. He even tries to jog the guy's memory. I went in with a beautiful woman.
Big wall of hair, short, face like a frying pan.
I never understood that description for years. Face like a frying pan.
I'm assuming it's flat, and then she has a really pointy chin, so that could be like a handle.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm grasping at straws here.
Well, she can bring home the bacon and fry it in a pan, that's for sure.
There we go.
Well, the usher won't let George in without a stub, and George, pretty ticked, gives him one of his friend's tickets and marches in looking for Elaine just as she walks out. And they miss one another.
So that means now Jerry can't get into the movie.
Or Kramer can't.
True, or Kramer.
One of them, yeah. Depending.
But he's just sold out one of his friends.
So he has one extra ticket left, right? The usher has ripped 2 tickets, and now he's got 1 left.
So that wonderful usher is played by actor Perry Anzalotti. He was in the TV show Flesh and Blood. He was in a Cheers, Blossom, Home Improvement, Mad About You, Grace Under Fire, Married with Children, Ellen, Caroline in the City, Step by Step. He was in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He played the restaurant captain in the Bracelet episode, and also had a famous run-in with Larry David on Curb.
Yes. Very, very similar sort of situation with George here, where...
he's an obstacle standing in the way.
Yes, very much so. Great appearance on Curb, as well as Seinfeld. So George walks through the theater as the movie is playing, sort of loudly whispering for Elaine, making everyone angry and hurling back insults. And I just love how it builds up. He's kind of whispering, and then he just shouts, "Elaine!"
Yeah,
get out! Yeah, they pretty much scream so loudly he gets scared right out the exit door and winds up in an alley. The door shuts behind him, locking. So he's stuck. And we cut over to the Paragon. Very similar scene. Jerry is walking around whispering for Elaine. Elaine. Unaware that none of his friends are there. But a movie trailer catches Jerry's attention, and we hear a very familiar voice.
The Village Voice calls it a masterpiece. A young woman's strange erotic journey from Milan to Minsk. It's a story about life and love and becoming a woman. Rochelle Rochelle. Now playing at the Paradise 2.
And making his first of 3 cameos, audio cameos this episode. Who is this, if you haven't already guessed?
Larry David.
Yes, Larry David. It's great. Love it. Outside, Kramer finishes eating his Papaya King and waits around for anyone before sprinting off for the Paradise. And that's when Jerry walks out and tries to hail a cab.
Did we already talk about Jerry being so enthralled by the Rochelle Rochelle trailer that as he's walking out, he trips on the step?
Oh, that's right. Yes, good call. Well, who wouldn't be? Come on. It's a strange erotic journey. Something that we should bring up now, maybe in ratings, but this is one of those episodes that falls under the, well, if they had cell phones, it could all be fixed. But
ooh, that always pisses me off. I hear that.
But this is definitely one of those episodes you have to agree. Like, if they had a phone or a way to text, email one another, everything would be cleared up in an instant.
If they had cell phones during I Love Lucy, she could have got away with a bunch of stuff, and Ricky would never found out about it too. You don't hear people talking about that.
Well, we have our act break, and we're at the Paradise. Wonderful scene here too with Elaine and the concession stand lady going over all the different sizes. They have medium, large, and jumbo. No small anymore. Small's medium.
Medium's large, large is jumbo.
What about the butter? Is it real butter?
It's butter flavoring.
What is it made of?
It's yellow.
Yes.
That concessionaire is played by Christy Miller. She was in an episode of Newhart, Wings, Frasier. She was in the movie Heathers. She does a lot of voice work. And she was in the movie Unstrung Heroes alongside Michael Richards.
Oh, haven't heard of that one. Interesting. I like her. She brings a lot of great little, guest stars this week with all the movie employees. But this one, I think, kind of rises above them all just in terms of the energy she brings.
She's the Pat Buckles equivalent female for Elaine. Everything she says annoys Elaine.
For sure. She's a very perky employee, that's for sure. Maybe too perky for the movies. This is something, though, that my wife does. Like, every time we go out, like for a coffee or a popcorn, is always gets the child size because they're just so big nowadays. You can't.
Well, she's smarter than the rest of us because I want the jumbo.
Oh, yeah. Hey, me too.
I want to pack an artery, but no, I'll just have one.
Back at the Paragon, Jerry finally hails a cab and gets in. He's heading to the Improv on 44th and 9th. And let's just kind of condense all the Jerry cab scenes here. We later find out that the cabbie needs to stop for gas, which delays him. Also cigarettes.
Oh, I love that cabbie. I'm very sorry. Give me a few minutes. I have to stop for gasoline.
Yes. Have a cigarette.
No, impossible. It is on empty.
Yeah, he's great.
That cabbie is played by Alan Coleman. He was in Seven. He was in Shivers, Air Force One, Pirates of Silicon Valley, The Mentalist, Scandal, Entourage, Meet the Fockers. He played Harry Fokker. And he was in a Murphy Brown.
Nice. Yeah, he definitely seems like he could pull off one of those the hijackers in Air Force One. Definitely has that Gary Oldman, fake Russian accent going.
Yeah.
Well, over to the Paradise here. George walks up to the usher yet again, and
ticket, sir.
Yes.
We've just been through this. You don't remember when we just had this exact same conversation a minute ago?
I need to see your stub.
I got the stuff. I put it right in my pocket. I got this. I'm telling you, I got the stub. I don't know where it is.
I can't let you in without your stub.
You just let me in. We just did this a minute ago. Okay. There you go. Okay? That's my other friend's ticket. You happy now? You got 2 tickets. 2 of my friends.
Ticket, sir?
No, see, my friend bought me a ticket. See, I'm late. She's already inside.
Go ahead, enjoy the movie.
So irritating.
Poor George. I feel so bad for him here.
Do you? Do you feel like in a weird way he deserves it?
Not in this particular episode. He paid for his ticket. He has a stub, and I think you would remember a short, stocky, balding, funny man walking by you. It is a big city, but yeah, I feel like this guy just has it in for George.
That's right. Yeah. Usually when George, when something bad happens, he usually did something cruel earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
It's like a way of the universe balancing itself. But
maybe George wronged him on a different day.
Yeah, that's true. And Kramer, of course, just being the guy who falls ass backwards into money and fortune, just gets to walk right through. And as you can't see from the clip, George heads in to see Rochelle Rochelle. Kramer heads into checkmate, takes Elaine's seats, and Elaine finishes her order at the concession stand. And it's wonderful. As George is watching Rochelle, I never got this joke. It's all filled with men.
Yeah. Everybody is male.
Yes. It almost looks like, I think of like a New York 70s like porno theater.
That's what I thought too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice? I just actually thought about this. Kramer asks, "Is the seat taken?" And the one who gives up the seat is the woman behind Elaine who's talking during the coming attractions, who Elaine had a little tiff with. She's the one who's just like, "It's all yours."
Yes. It's almost like she was getting back at Elaine.
Yeah, she's screwing Elaine over.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Let's go over to that Rochelle theater real quick. Great moment as you hear from the screen that all the men are looking at. You hear I guess Rochelle's about to take her clothes off. And just as she's about to do that, a man sits in front of George, blocking his view.
Yeah, I never picked up on that joke, it's so perfectly timed.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
And then George, the 2 things George wanted to see most in Rochelle appear. He gets blocked by this large guy sitting in front of him.
Yes, the guy's very happy. He's got his popcorn. He's ready to go. So Elaine, goes back into the theater, tries to find her seat that Kramer has taken, and a guy's like, "Move," and she's like, "No, you move." Someone screams, "Get the hell out of here!" I don't know why it just really tickles me. And she gets pretty much she falls, popcorn goes everywhere, and she tries to talk to the usher here about someone took my seat, and he's like, "Well, you have to sit in the front row," which is very similar to the gum when she tries to avoid sitting with Lloyd Braun, if you remember that episode.
You don't want to be uncomfortable.
No, of course not. She can't sit there, so she decides to go see Rochelle instead of waiting for everyone in the lobby.
But before she goes, she asks the usher, "By the way, have you seen a tall, lanky doofus with a bird face and hair like the Bride of Frankenstein?"
These are just perfect descriptions of the gang.
That has to be the most accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
I think of like an artist drawing a, zany, out of proportion, picture of each one of them. This is what would be the descriptors.
Absolutely.
Frankenstein hair.
So inside checkmate, Kramer's chowing down on one of his Popeye King dogs.
Yeah, so we saw a shot of him earlier in the episode. He actually caved in. He actually caved and went and got a hot dog, and he finished eating it. Now he's got a second hot dog he pulls from his pocket.
Yeah, he must have, snuck in one of those, dogs, like you will the cafe latte.
So he's a food sneaker.
And we get the second appearance, or audio appearance, of Larry David in the movie Checkmate, this time playing a character.
Why would anyone ask? Damn it, Captain, when I tell you something, you damn better well listen. I'm getting tired of all these questions. Yes, Your Majesty.
According to the script, the characters from Checkmate were called Granville and the King.
Interesting. So we're at the improv. At the improv, Jerry finally arrives, runs in, and finds out that he didn't make the 11 o'clock slot. And who got it instead but...
Pat Buckles, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of applause for Pat Buckles. the guy announcing is actually the voice of Bill Masters, writer for the episode.
Nice. And it looked like, I think that's John Heyman behind Buckles, right?
Yeah, when Buckles comes out and Jerry says, "You got my spot," that athlete's foot bit killed. In the background, you can see John Heyman and what we believe is Steve Scroven.
Oh, really?
They're both the writers are standing behind, playing extras in the scene.
Oh, nice. Vinny, do you think I need to lose weight?
Wait, no, just need some more height.
Vinny, don't start up with me. Ugh. So, anyways, Jerry's sort of, given up for the night. He's tried to do everything right. Nothing's gone his way. And he decides just to tag along with Buckles and catch the rest of Rochelle Rochelle.
I kind of like that because this whole time, Jerry's been just so irritated with Buckles and everything that comes out of his mouth. But Buckles offers, hey, we can still catch most of Rochelle Rochelle. And Jerry kind of warms up to him finally.
Well, that's because it's a young girl's strange erotic journey from Milan to Minsk.
Minsk?
Back at the Paradise, Elaine, George, and Jerry all unaware that they're in the same theater watching Rochelle Rochelle when rounding out his trifecta of voice cameos, Larry David.
He worked very hard and we didn't have much money.
Rochelle, what are we going to do with you?
I'm going away tomorrow.
Where? Where are you going? I want to go with you. Take me with you.
Oh, don't be a silly goose.
But I've never seen Minsk. I hear there's so much hustle and bustle.
You're being absurd. Leave me alone.
Rochelle, do you love me?
Give me a break.
I'd like to.
Elaine?
Jerry!
I want to protect
Elaine!
Shut up. I'm going swimming.
Jerry?
I hear there's a big municipal.
George?
and lots of cats.
Elaine?
Would you bring back something?
Where's Kramer? Will you shut up?
I don't know. This movie stink or what?
Let's get out of here. You're leaving? Jerry, take the coat. Please, 1 month. I don't want the coat. Jerry, call me when you get home so I know you're okay.
So we played a little bit extra in that clip there, but love the Larry David cameo, especially that line, "Oh, Rochelle, Rochelle, what are we going to do with you?"
You're going to catch cold.
And I like how turned off she is by Larry David. "You're being absurd. Leave me alone."
Oh, yeah.
I just imagine Larry David like in some like period garb interacting with this, young woman, being
like
a total
frilly,
creep.
Yeah, frilly collar.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about for a sec Rochelle Rochelle, how much of a phenomenon it became as a result. George comes back to rent it in the Smelly Car episode, and then it even inspires a musical in the understudy.
That's right. Rochelle, Rochelle. Yeah, this is, I would argue, one of the most popular Seinfeld movies, if not the most popular.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe up there with Death Blow, Sack Lunch, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. But I do like how this scene plays out. And I don't know if the joke really lands or if most people pick up on it or even see it this way. But as the music is playing, Jerry, George, and Elaine all looking at each other. Jerry, Elaine, George. It adds that cheesy kind of, European romantic feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that. And what's up with the Buckles? Like, like, Jerry, take the coat, please. 1 month. It's very dramatic. Almost like Jerry is getting on a ship to America.
It's Buckles' only shot.
Yeah, he's leaving Buckles behind in the old country, and he's wanting him to do one last favor for him.
So is Buckles wearing the very trench coat he's trying to give to Jerry?
I think so, yeah.
So that means, well, what's he going to wear on his way home?
Who knows? But you know what it could be? It's almost like a leave behind. Buckles is giving Jerry something to hold on to. That way Buckles gets, date number 2.
See, I was more concerned because I thought Buckles was going to catch cold.
You're being absurd. Leave me alone.
What are we going to do with you?
So Jerry, George, and Elaine all meet up in the lobby. They tell one another how bad their nights have been. And here's that callback, Vinny, the $20, right? And the $7.50. All Jerry has is a 20. Kramer comes out. The only one really to win. The only one really to win this entire episode. Elaine's coat around his shoulders with a nice mustard stain on it.
Think about this. Kramer got his hot dogs, and he got to see the movie for free.
Yeah. There you go.
He fell ass backwards into a free movie.
Yeah, again, he's just got that. I don't know if it's the Kavorka or what.
Hey, he's Kramer.
But he again offers George $20, so it all comes together in a nice little package. And that's it. Let's go to stand up.
I don't think Ike Turner would have been too happy stuck in traffic, huh? You better get those cars out of there, girl, because I'm gonna bust somebody up, you know. That's the way I feel. I see all those cars over there, and my big girl ain't driving none of them, you know. What about Mahatma Gandhi? He wouldn't have been too happy about driving around in a cab, huh? Oh, please, I am so hungry. Why can't you go faster? Is there maybe a sandwich in the car? Or Vishnu with you? I love that joke. Or Moses. What about Moses? You know, I was parting the Red Sea. I didn't seem to have a problem. Why now, with all the cabs? Get the cabs out of the way. Why aren't the cabs? I wait like this, and the whole Red Sea parted when I went for the commandments. Move, you son of a gun, you!
Now, I don't like to exaggerate, but that was probably the best stand-up we've had to close the show out.
I know. I mean, Jerry was killing it. He sounded a little different, but...
Yeah.
All right.
The impressions are good. The comedic timing, and yeah.
All joking aside, that was the alternate ending for this episode. What they originally intended to play out during the credits. Pat Buckles doing stand-up, which I kind of like. I think that's a really funny twist on this formula, as it were.
Yeah, a very fun way to end the episode.
I wonder if they cut it out because either it wasn't funny for whoever, or maybe it didn't make sense because Buckles was at the movie theater, not the comedy club.
Mm-hmm. And this was written that way, but the audience was just howling at how great Buckles was doing. So everything. I'm a Buckles fan.
You're a closet Buckles fan.
I wish they would have kept it in.
Yeah. Funny idea. It's a shame, but it is available to view on the DVDs if you guys own those. It is similar also to the Butter Shave, where Jerry tries to bomb and Banya has a great set. Very similar. Unfunny comedian getting all these laughs, but
we never get to see Banya's stand up though, do we?
No, we never do. That's a good point. That's a shame. But
that one you didn't even do that one on purpose.
I know I didn't. That was a unintentional. That's a shame. But let's move on to the true master comedian here.
But I always get confused in the movie theater by the plot. It's embarrassing. This is an embarrassing thing to have to admit, but I'm the one that you see in the parking lot after the movie talking with his friends going, oh, you mean that was the same guy from the beginning? Nobody will explain it to you. When you're in the theater, you can't find out. Why did they kill that guy? Why did they kill him? Who was that guy? What was that guy? I thought he was with them. Wasn't he with them? Why would they kill him if he was with them? Oh, he wasn't really with them. I thought he was with them. It's a good thing they killed him.
Sounds familiar, this sort of situation, Jerry talking during a movie. And there was an episode, this is the one where Kramer is, welcome to movie phone.
The pool guy.
The pool guy, that's right. Jerry and Elaine go to the movies with Susan, killing Independent George. And Elaine and Jerry, that is, are talking throughout the whole movie. Who is that guy? I thought they killed that guy.
I thought he was with that guy.
To the point where Susan, really irritated, turns to them and says, will you two please?
And Jerry, in mid-chew of popcorn, gives this look to Elaine like, oh, she's out.
Everybody out of the channel.
So, what do you think?
Interesting episode. It's one of those fishbowl episodes, Never See the Apartment or Monks.
Yep, definitely had that Larry Charles. Maybe it was inspired by a Larry Charles, and that they like to see, hey, can we set an entire episode around the movies? Because this is something they reference and they talk about a lot, is going to movies.
Yes, Larry Charles is the first thing that came to mind. And when when we learned that Larry Charles was kind of responsible for a lot of those episodes, the airport, the limo. You would assume that this was Larry Charles.
Yeah.
And even though it's not, you can tell the guys were inspired by him. It doesn't get as dark, though, as those episodes did. Right. I think Larry liked adding, pushing the envelope, as it were. But I hate doing this. Comparing this to a Larry Charles Fishbowl episode, does it compare to those?
It's apples and oranges. No, it's similar but different. Like you said, Larry Charles always wants to explore darkness. This is just a Seinfeld episode that happens to be fishbowled at the movies.
Yes.
So it is a little different, but it still has that quality, and it's still very enjoyable.
Yeah, I like it. I don't... this isn't an episode that has gone downhill for me, or I think less of it, but I used to love this episode, really love it and rank it amongst the best, but it just hasn't aged that well with me.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, I still like it. Come on, we love all the Seinfeld episodes, but this one just didn't land where it used to for me back in my college days, listening to all the episodes, all the audio.
Yeah.
Love the Rochelle. Love all of the moments where the gang misses each other, just barely. I think that's great stuff. We don't see that very often on the show, just because I think it just requires a lot of blocking and a lot of moving pieces. Usually, we're just in one location, scene by scene.
Also had a lot of great side characters this week. We had the usher who gives George a hard time. We had Buckles, as well as I'm missing somebody.
Oh, maybe the lady at the concession stand?
the concession clerk. Yeah, just really, I like to say they're memorable, even though I can't remember them right now. But great side characters this week, and I just I love seeing Jerry get uncomfortable and irritated by another human being, because usually he's very cool and calm.
Also, I like the setting, a movie theater setting. Something they go back to from time to time, the English Patient, Blame It on the Rain, Means to an End. I like that. I think that's a really good place to explore some comedy, especially if you're bootlegging a movie, for example, or spilling coffee on yourself. Making out during Schindler's List, it goes on and on. But
that's right.
Pretty good episode. I think I'll give it a pretty good, but I think I'm going to be giving this one 8 butter-flavored jumbo buckets of popcorn out of 10.
Matt, I don't think we've ever done this before, but I'm going to piggyback right off you. I think this is also a pretty good, almost to a, well, it's got a little gold in there, but I'm going to give this 8 strange erotic journeys from Milan to Minsk out of 10. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please feel free to reach out to us with an email, seincast@gmail.com. We have a Facebook, we have a Twitter, we have a Tumblr, and we have an Instagram.
We sure do. Also, check us out on iTunes, and while you're there, please leave us a rating and review. Thanks again to everyone who has taken the time to do that. We really appreciate it. Also, if you'd like to support the show in any way, we have a donate tab on our Tumblr page. You can just check us out there, and thanks for any support you can throw our way. Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
Next week, we're discussing the 16th episode of Season 4, The Outing. Matt, did you wash this pear?
Yeah, I washed it.
It looks like it hasn't been washed.
So wash it.
You hear the way he talks to me?
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. The official Seinfeld site can be found at sonypictures.com/TV/Seinfeld. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Jerry, don't start up with me.
I gotta get out of this cab.
But Jerry, we're riffing.
No, I'm not riffing. I'm ignoring. Do you understand the difference?
Can you help me get on the Tonight Show?